When I heard that Baldur's Gate 3 is getting released, I was not just happy, but also I felt relieved that Bioware has nothing to do with it. Bioware's tale is probably one of the most tragic in gaming world. They had developed original Baldur's Gate serial, which is considered by many to be one of the best and most iconic isometric RPGs in existence. Not only that, but they went on to create numerous masterpieces and legendary games such as Star Wars, Knights of Old Republic games, and Jade Empire. They were regarded as one of the best and most beloved studios both by critics and fans alike. Their later games such as Dragon Age and Mass Effect were still good and praised. Somewhere in that time when they start releasing sequels to these games, did they fall from grace happen? What exactly happened nobody knows. Was it EA's fault? Was it just the fact that old talents left the company? Whatever it was, old Bioware is gone. Company which exists now is Bioware only in the name. So yeah, I was relieved to hear that long-awaited sequel to Baldur's Gate 2 is finally here, and it's not being made by Bioware. Larian Studios is the company behind this remarkable surprise to old school gamers. We never really expected to see Baldur's Gate 3. So thank you for that, Larian. This company has proven over the last years that they are more than capable to conquer this challenge. Their latest two RPG games, Divinity Original Sin and its sequel, were well received and went on to become quite popular. I don't know of the single game studio that would be more qualified to take such a big project. Many did try, including Obsidian and In Exile, but ultimately license went on to Larian Studio. Although I do feel kind sorry for them. Expectations for game of this caliber are so high, and all fans and old school gamers fueled by their nostalgia will be hard to please. But we will see. I have faith in Larian Studios. If anybody can pull this off, it's them. They are not doing this alone. They are partnered with Wizard of the Coast, which holds the license for Baldur's Gate IP. It seems it was a real-life RPG quest to get that IP. Trailer for the game looks amazing. It seems players will be visiting Baldur's Gate City and there will be mind flayers, obviously. According to Larian founder Sven Winke, the player will start outside of the city of the Baldur's Gate but will head into the city walls as seen in the game's premiere trailer. The game follows a new story set in the current era of the Forgotten Realms. The Mind Flayers have found a way to make ships that allow them to travel between worlds, and now they are invading. Larian has hinted that the story may visit other planets or even Underdark. The thing in the sky is an Nautiloid, a Mind Flayer spaceship used to travel between the planes. The Mind Flayers are an ancient and terrifying force in the Dungeons and Dragons universe. They live in the Underdark and have powerful psionic abilities. They are able to mind control other sentient beings and like to feed on their brains for sustenance. They frequently keep slaves to do their bidding and serve as a convenient snack. If you haven't played original games, yet this sounds familiar, that's probably because you are a fan of Stranger Things, Netflix TV show which, just like the original games, is currently really well received. It's a great show with that 80s vibe and atmosphere and great sci-fi horror flick. Mind Flayer is the main antagonist of the series. Will this be the case for Baldur's Gate 3 also? Too little info right now to tell for sure, but we can say they will play a major part. What more do we know about the game? Well, let's start with what Larian Studios have told us thus far. Baldur's Gate 3 will push the boundaries of the RPG genre and offer a rich narrative with unparalleled player freedom, high-stakes decisions, unique companion characters, and memorable combat. It's Larian Studios' biggest production ever and will be playable together with friends or as a single-player adventure. The teaser trailer shows a return of a malevolent presence to Baldur's Gate, intent on devouring it from the inside out, corrupting everything that remains in the Forgotten Realms. Alone you may resist, but together you can overcome. Gather your party. Besides that, we know it will be true to Dungeon & Dragon lore, will be based on 5th edition of Dungeon & Dragon rule set, players will feel that their choices matter, it will have over 100 hours of content, still a party-based game, no confirmation on turn-based or real-time with pause. Multiplayer will be included, it will be set 100 years after the events of the original. Time to wrap up today's video. We'll have more information soon, hopefully, but for now RPG fans have plenty of reasons to celebrate. After close to 20 years, one of the most beloved CRPGs franchise of all time is finally getting the sequel it deserves. What are your thoughts about Baldur's Gate 3 and are you excited as much as us? Share your thoughts in comments and don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't, we will make sure your copy of Baldur's Gate 3 will constantly crash to desktop and fry your computer. Until next time.